no sense of smell, producing Russian news and long eye contact with the sun. Find out what our stand-up comedians are talking about all for a chance to win big. Coming up on The Last Laugh. Welcome to The Last Laugh. My name is Corey Lipkins Jr., and I am your host for today's festivities. Today we have 6 contestants from Ohio State's own Stand-Up Comedy Club. Each contestant will have 3 minutes to deliver their best stand-up for a chance to win the grand prize of a Chipotle gift card. Rest assured, the amount on the card will be enough to buy you some guac. We have 3 of the funniest people around the city of Columbus to offer helpful hints and to judge our contestants at the end of the show. 3 people will be eliminated and the final 3 will return back and compete for the grand prize. Let's meet our judges. First, a 5th-year communications major whose job is to sit on Twitter all day, Allie Reed. Next, a senior majoring in video production who is a self-proclaimed queen of comedy, Josie Lee. And our last judge, he hails from the great city of Columbus, has been doing stand-up since age 14 and has made it to semifinals twice in the Columbus Funny Bone competition. Give it up for Jameson Rogers. Judges, are you ready to judge? Our first comedian is Alex Lacey, a sophomore majoring in biomedical science. One of Alex's major hobbies is maintaining long eye contact with the sun. Please welcome Alex Lacey.
I recently lost my virginity. Yeah, I did it. It was so great just to finally experience the suspense and release of a human orgasm and not mop cum out of my belly button immediately after, you know? It's because one of my biggest role models in life is famous porn star Ron Jeremy. Yeah, he's in my top 3. It's Abraham Lincoln, Ron Jeremy, my dad. Right? Passed the 13th Amendment and abolished slavery. Born ugly, but still became a porn star, and my dad. That joke is dedicated to my dad. It is. I'm kind of a caffeine addict. Are there any Keurig users in the audience? Yeah, it's it's great. I lived at home with my family over the summer, and we have a Keurig back there, and we love it. But I think we would have paid more money for a Keurig that doesn't make the sound of running diarrhea. You know, that's the second sound I would hear after waking up every morning. That was number 2. It would go alarm clock, Keurig diarrhea, my dad watching Fox News. Right? Every day just begins with meh, 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 meh. And people are poor because they're lazy. Every day, it's too much. It's too much. I wish the Keurig would make like a different sound every once in a while, you know? Like something crazy, you know, wow, 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 wow. Or something mysterious, like, or something I don't hear very often, like, Alex, I'm proud of you. You know, maybe something. That joke is dedicated to my dad. I don't know. I was going to make a joke about abstinence, but I'm not going to do it. Huh? I'm so lonely. Next joke. No, I don't know. I think I'm a little bit gay. And there's nothing at all wrong with that. It's just for me, when I'm pooping and it's really big and it kind of hurts, I like it. That joke is dedicated to my dad. Guys, thank you very much. That's going to be it for me.
Excellent job, Alex.
Thank you very much.
Judges, what did you think?
Alex, I will never be able to use my Keurig without thinking about you now. I thought that you were very articulate with how you were describing your jokes. It was kind of vulgar, but it was funny. It's good.
I love the Keurig joke, and now I want a hug from your dad.
Fantastic job. Thank you, judges. One more time for Alex Lacey, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you very much.
Our next comedian, Zach Parsons, is a junior majoring in English. Improvise some remark about English and comedy. One amazing thing about Zach is that he does a fanatic Gollum impression from Lord of the Rings. Who knows? Maybe we'll hear it. Here he is.
Thank you. I realized the problem with me telling that an interesting fact about me is that I have a good Gollum impression is I don't have any jokes about Gollum, and you might not know who he is. So if I start doing it now, Precious, it might totally not work. Way to plan ahead. Anyways, I noticed this thing in relationships that girls do that guys don't do, and it's a very smart thing to do. Girls delay both punishment and reward. It's a very smart thing. It means you're always several steps ahead of us. Like anytime my girlfriend asks me a question, I have to really focus, because there's 12 wrong answers and just one that's half right. And I don't know which one that is until 4 months later when we're both in the car, driving to her mom's house for Thanksgiving or some shit. That's another thing. Girls are very smart about where they bring things up. Do you guys know why girls like to argue in the car? It's so you can't run away. Anyways, I was raised Catholic, but I became an atheist in high school. Any other atheists here? Oh, cool. One atheist and a bunch of other people who think I'm going to hell. That's okay. It's just like being back at home. I had a teacher in high school, and she thought she was being really clever when she said God was a girl. She's like, oh, God's so great. Anytime I pray to her, she's so great. She's so great. And it was really annoying. First of all, I don't believe in God, but it was annoying because if God does exist, he would clearly be a man, you know? Because no woman could the world up this much. This is obviously the work of a man. And a female God would be great, too. A female God would be great for everybody. A female God would give guys really big dicks because she would be thinking about the pleasure of women, you know? And while we're on the subject, for all those girls who mean well when they say size doesn't matter, really? Like, really? You're telling me there's no difference if I just slide my pinky in there as opposed to my whole fist? Even I know. I don't have a vagina, and even I know I'd rather have the fist. Anyways, only a male God would make women have to bleed out their vagina once a month. Only a male God would do that. A female God would let you bleed out your vagina whenever you want. Also, only a male God would make pregnancy be a thing. Only a male God would make you have to hold this intestinal parasite around for 9 months, only to give excruciatingly painful birth at the end. A female God would let you give birth in 9 minutes, and it would tickle on the way out. Well, thank you guys. You've been great.
All right now, that was Mr. Zach Parsons. Thank you, Zach. That was an interesting sketch. Thank you for teaching the audience the importance of beating it up. Judges, what did you think?
Wow. Your impressions were great.
Yeah, I agree. I think that you were really animated with your impressions, and you should go with that. And your body language overall was really relaxed, so that was good.
Yeah, I think you've got a really good stage presence. I liked your Gollum recovery. I think that was nice.
Thank you.
And I think we could all use, yourself included, a hug from Alex's dad.
Give it up one more time for Zach Parsons. Thank you, Zach. Up next is Ricky Mulvey, a sophomore majoring in business administration who is also afraid of pigeons. Give it up for Ricky Mulvey.
How's everybody doing? Good to see you guys out here. All right. So some exciting news. I had a girl come over to my apartment a couple months ago. It's really cool. Normally they don't consent to do that. But it was crazy. We were sitting on a couch, and I like wrapped this blanket around us, trying to be romantic. And she says, "Oh, this blanket seems kind of old." I said, "Yeah, I've had it since I was 12." She goes, "Oh, there must be some stuff on it then." Stands up, now sits in the chair where my laptop currently is. That's a joke for all the fellas in the audience. I take Arabic at Ohio State. It's pretty fun. One thing that's not so good is a professor I used to have did not like Jews or people that have been to Israel, and I'm Jewish. And he was so creative about his racism, though, that I looked forward to it every day, you know? He would try to involve me in discussions on the Middle East. Say like, "Oh yeah, Ahmed, you're from Egypt, you're from Masr. Pyramids, all right. Hanadi, you're from Lebanon, Lebanese. Only thinking about the Lebanese people. And Ricky, you went to Israel. How was it in 1948 when you burned my family's homes and took us out of our village? Get your hands out of your pockets. I want to see the blood on your fingertips." Can we just do grammar? Speaking of being Jewish, I went to Auschwitz a couple years ago. And, silence. Okay, that's okay. We'll work with it. And the crazy thing about Auschwitz now is the death camp barracks are now where Polish teenagers go to, like, smoke weed and have sex and party and stuff. Which, how confident do you have to be that ghosts are not real to pull that shit off? Now, I don't even believe in ghosts, but I know they're at Auschwitz. And it was crazy to me. But the thing that was even worse is that my group was even worse when we got there. We were at this, we sat down where they would do these firing squad executions up against a brick wall. Don't worry, we're getting to a punchline, bear with me. They do firing squad executions, and these two girls sat down next to it while we had the explanation, and they started taking selfies. Which my question was, how do you caption that, you know? Hitler killed 6 million, but not these two bad bitches? What are you going for those Instagram likes right now? Do one more joke. Something that I found out that's kind of crazy is John F. Kennedy smoked weed at the White House. Yeah, he was on the roof with his mistress, smoked 3 joints, and then she handed him a 4th joint, and he said, "No, suppose the Russians come now." Which is crazy to me because that means he thought that he could handle a Russian nuclear crisis kind of high. Like, he took the same approach to incoming warheads that I take to my anthropology homework. My name's Ricky Mulvey. You guys have been a lot of fun. Keep it going for your host.
Thank you, Ricky.
Thanks.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Give it up one more time for Ricky Mulvey. Very funny, very funny. Judges, tell me, what you think?
Ricky, I thought you were awesome. You have just like great stage presence. It seems like you could do that for hours. Loved it.
Yeah, I thought that you were really, really good. You had a lot of energy, and you seemed really natural.
I really like your use of the stage. Like, you moved around a lot, and you kind of used your space very well. And I really like the selfie line, and it made me really sad to be part of this generation. But it was good.
And I like that you taught the audience a few things in your, can I call it an act?
Yeah.
In your act. You taught us that there have been joints smoked both in the White House and in concentration camp locations. That's something. Thank you, Ricky. You have a good day. Stick around for our final 3 comedians and find out who will have the last laugh. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to The Last Laugh. So far, we have seen 3 great comedians with some great comedy. Well, we have our final 3 comedians coming your way now. Our next comedian is Christian Thomas, a freshman majoring in actuarial science. He will be crunching those numbers and analyzing your risk in your future. And speaking of risk, he has braved the gateway festivities of watching Groundhog Day for 24 hours straight. Please welcome Christian Thomas.
Ooh, hello everybody. Ah, God. I'm not a big fan of romantic movies, if I'm being honest. And like most strapping young lads my age, I'm always dragged there by my mom. And it's rough for everyone except for Remember Me with Robert Pattinson, which is the greatest film of our time. People ask why, and the reason is that because Remember Me is your stereotypical romantic movie. You know, there's kissing, there's sex, there's love, there's downs, there's up. Then it ends with terrorism. I mean, you think like everything's going great, oh good, great, Robert Pattinson gets the girl, that slap, bam, boom, 9/11 happens. I kid you not, that's how it ends. And I don't know if you know anything about romantic movies, but that's not how they usually end, with two burning buildings and a plane through them. But here's the thing. Why not? Because that is how literally every romantic movie should end. Can you imagine like a Johnny Hughes style movie? You know, nerdy guy gets Susie High School and they're singing like we go together, like rip bam 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 ding and lee. Columbine happens. It would make everything so much more entertaining. But you know, when I was a kid though, when I was 9. All I wanted for my birthday was a terminal illness. And this was mainly due to the fact that I wanted to make a wish and I didn't know what dying meant. I kind of thought it meant I would get to go see my dog Sparky on a farm somewhere, I think, if I died. That's due to my mom, though. But the thing is I didn't understand why all of these Make-A-Wish kids got their wishes. I thought it was just these ugly, bald kids that got it for no reason. I thought it was so unfair. But I just wanted to hear one 9-year-old come up with a really good Make-A-Wish, not these BS meeting Kevin Durant or whatever. I wanted to hear one kid go, okay, for my Make-A-Wish, I want Samuel L. Jackson to curse me out and shoot me in the face. I thought that would be so cool. But everyone's always like, you can't kill them. I'm like, well, they're dying anyway. Why does it make a difference? At least it'd be cool. But I think I'll leave you guys on why I hate white people. And it was because I saw this girl with a button that said, racism hurts everybody. And of course you could tell she was white, because only white people would believe that. Oh, well, racism hurts everybody. Bullshit. That is explicitly why racism was popular for so long. Because it hurts a select minority of people, but a bunch of white assholes really enjoyed it. All right, that's all for me tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Christian. What a set. Sorry, kids. Sorry, white people. Judges, what do you think?
Your Remember Me joke made me actually LOL, so thank you for that. And I like how you took some risks, talked about some things that maybe people wouldn't actually want to talk about, but you did it, and it was funny.
You're obviously really intelligent, and I thought that was apparent in your act, and I thought that your gestures were really burlesque, and so I like that a lot.
I respect the 24-hour Groundhog Day thing, first of all. I think you've got a really good energy on stage, and you've kept it consistent, and I've never seen anyone say Columbine happens with such a big smile on their face. It was good, though. I liked it a lot.
Well, thank you. Give it up one more time for Christian. Our fifth comedian is one of the best and funniest comedians on Ohio State's campus, Georgia Barnes. She is a senior and a physical education major. Luckily for Georgia, she has no sense of smell, so the smell of sweat, stink, sadness, and tears from hundreds of children in her gym class won't affect her. Please welcome Georgia Barnes.
My name is Georgia Barnes. Sometimes people like to ask me if I was born on a barn in Georgia, and I like to ask them if their name's Ohio Hospital. It usually isn't. I'm not from Georgia, though. I'm from California. You're probably wondering why anybody from California would come to Ohio, and I ask myself that every single day. Truth is, I came here to go to Ohio State because I heard that's where Jeffrey Dahmer went. Go Bucks, right? I came here to study physical education. I want to be a gym teacher. My boyfriend likes to make fun of me for that, but I know on the inside he secretly likes it. Turns out playing with balls is a very transferable motor skill. I'm working with kindergartners right now. They're just a great reminder to always use birth control. Every time. I like being in college, though. I find it's a lot like being in kindergarten, except now I only pee my pants on accident. Once I accidentally peed my pants in kindergarten, found out you got a free pair of pants from the Lost and Found. So I purposely peed my pants every day for the rest of the week. I got a whole new wardrobe till my next growth spurt, and all it cost me was my dignity. And a trip to the hospital for my bladder problems. Turns out all my problems are mental. Woo! I don't know if you guys heard about this, but they're trying to put a woman on the $10 bill. What? They can't do that, right? That'd only be worth $8.73. Another thing I don't know if you guys heard about, Congress recently voted down the fact that humans cause climate change. So I guess we get to vote on science now, which is great because I'm really sick of this gravity bullshit. All those fat cat capitalists are trying to keep the little guy on the ground. Literally, they're literally keeping us on the ground with gravity. I did science once in 7th grade. I did an experiment to find out which liquid helps grass grow the tallest. You might be surprised to find out it was water. You know that thing we've been watering our plants with for centuries? It was that. I'll leave you with this. I've been thinking about God recently. Like, I don't know if he exists or not because I can't see him. You know, like Santa Claus or ghosts or my father. But then I thought, what if he's just two-dimensional and constantly perpendicular to my face? Like, maybe that's why we pray like this, to hold him in place. Dear Lord, I pray I get that Chipotle gift card. Amen. That's it for me, everybody.
Thank you, Georgia. Give one more round of applause for Georgia Barnes. Judges, thoughts?
Well, I want to start out by saying that my roommate's name is Georgia, and she's from California, too. So I thought that was weird, and I liked you already. And, yeah, this is my roommate. I thought you were really funny. I liked it a lot.
I really liked your tone throughout the thing. I think it's hard to carry like a sarcastic monotone type of thing throughout a whole act, but you were able to achieve that, so I thought that was really good for you.
I love your God joke a lot, and also I think it's made all the more impressive how well you did with the fact that you were born without a sense of smell of father or your dignity. We all learned in that set.
That's true. And it was I'm sorry. It was a wonderful act. I'm still laughing.
Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you, Georgia. Our final comedian of the day is Evelyn Troutman, a junior majoring in neurology and psychology. Thanks to her neurology background, she is able to reach back deep into the recession of her mind, and she is 67% sure she was a dolphin in her past life. Give it up for Evelyn Troutman.
So I got my wisdom teeth out over winter break. Fun stuff. The surgery itself was pretty unremarkable. What happened to my face after the surgery, though, was pretty interesting. If you had seen me in the days following the procedure, just from the shoulders up, you probably would have thought I weighed like 300 pounds. But then if you had seen my face with the rest of my body, you would have been just like, oh, like she has cancer or something. No big deal. Sorry, that was a little malicious. It actually got so bad, my face got so puffy that people I knew did not recognize who I was. But you know, I had fun with it. I started telling people that I had had Botox done in order to make my face look like that on purpose. Yeah, I actually got this procedure where they took fat from my butt and put it in my face. It's called a cheek-to-cheek transplant. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's going to be the next big thing. And I honestly believe that because it really did make me look younger. Like, I looked like a 5-month-old baby. It was amazing. And you know, everybody's worried about like getting rid of wrinkles and age spots. Like, no, just plaster some more fat on your face and you're good. But even though I looked like a potato head, I still decided to go out in public after I got my teeth out. And I actually went to a bar the night after my surgery because, you know, that was really my night to go out and not have to worry about some creepy guy hitting on me. You know, because, like, it's cool when, like, other parts of your body are disproportionately large. But when you're top heavy because of your face, like, that's kind of a turnoff. It was kind of weird, though. I walked into the bar, and people were giving me weird looks. Like, it was almost like I had been talking to them, and I had brought up some, like, controversial topic, like race or politics or something. Like, yes, hello, my name is Evelyn Troutman, and I'm currently harboring all of the Syrian refugees inside my face right now. I'm just kidding. That's only one side. The other side, Apple is using to store its software so they can unlock the iPhone. All right, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Evelyn. Thank you, thank you. Very funny. Judges, what do you think of Miss Evelyn?
I thought you had a really good stage presence, and I thought it was especially funny because it's really relatable. Everyone has their own wisdom teeth horror story.
Yeah, I thought your act was really like quick-witted, and I think that you're funny.
I thought there was like a nice like emotional through line through it that I don't know, it was well put together. It was a good, like a tightly structured set, and I still have my wisdom teeth, so I have no idea what they're talking about.
We'll give it up one more time for Evelyn Troutman. Thank you. The time has come, ladies and gentlemen. The judges will now deliberate and decide who is going to move on to round 2. We're going to take a quick break before announcing who moves on and who goes home. Stay tuned. Welcome back to The Last Laugh. The judges have debated, fought, and laughed. Now it's time to decide who will be moving on to the final round. Let's get all 6 comedians back up on the stage. Allie, will you please do the honors?
Absolutely. I just want you guys to know that it was an extremely hard decision. We all took votes. We all had different people in our lineups, but ultimately we could only choose 3. So the 3 people moving on are Georgia, Christian, and Ricky. Congratulations.
And we have our finalists. Thank you all for coming on stage and performing. You all did a fantastic job. Tune in next time to find out who will win some Chipotle guac and who will have the last laugh.